Greetings, everyone. You've stumbled upon Esoteric Babble. Today, we will be babbling about the concept of dukkha. Dukkha is a word that has been translated into English as suffering, and I think more recently maybe has picked up an even better translation of unsatisfactoriness. Dukkha is one of these concepts in Buddhism that is definitely central. And what I'd like to talk about today is Buddhism overly pessimistic? Was the Buddha pessimistic in singling out dukkha as sort of a primary human experience? Like, why not talk also about happiness? And I think that the reason for that is, first of all, I don't think that it's overly pessimistic. I think when we have words like suffering and we're always connecting that with Buddhism, it can seem like a very negative sort of way to approach the world. And it obviously, to focus on something negative seems very pessimistic. But I think what the Buddha saw, and this is something that we can all, I think we're all invited to share in this experience, is that, of course, there are many, throughout the day, you may have many more happy experiences than sad, but the way we relate to kind of happiness is that we do tend to cling to things, and by that clinging, we are sort of expecting something. Maybe let's talk about an object or some sort of, some sort of noun. You might have a pet, a loved one, a house, a flower, a chair, a drink. There are all these things that could make us happy, and we could genuinely feel, oh, that's pleasant. I love being around this person. We love our parents. We love our pets. Love the aroma of flowers. We love warm weather. But the thing is, especially depending on where you live on the planet, everything is changing. That's true everywhere. If you're here in temperate zones, we're going to pass into fall and then into winter, and our spring and summer is going to be a distant memory. And I think that's the sort of the core of dukkha, is that it isn't that our experiences are necessarily all negative and that we have to think about life as being just this unending mass of suffering, but that suffering comes about because we don't have the right understanding of how things are. And when I say the right understanding, I don't necessarily mean intellectually. I think we all understand. You don't have to be very old to understand that things, anything that lives is going to die. So you might see beautiful flowers, but you come out one day and they're not there. They've bloomed and then they've gone on to their next stage. Trees will change the colors of their leaves, and that's beautiful. Then they're going to drop and they're going to be bare. The loved ones we know are going to die. We're going to die. So we know this. However, we don't act as if we know it. And I think this is a large part of, like, if we really want to understand dukkha, and if we want to sort of transcend dukkha, I do think, without even getting, like, let's lay aside the Buddha's path to do that. I think just accessing wisdom, just trying to meditate and see that, these good things, like, properly enjoyed, won't bring us dukkha, that we understand, we try to encounter everything the way it is, the way we find it. Now, that doesn't mean we have to accept everything as is. And this, of course, takes some wisdom to know what we can change or should change. But obviously, if you're sick, say maybe you have something like cancer, I don't think we just say, well, let it go. We do try to treat that. And we don't try to treat illnesses because we think we are immortal, but we try to, we try to have as long a life as possible. And, of course, at some point we probably, maybe not all of us, but many people will have to face a decision about how much intervention they want, or how much, how can we say, how many steps they're going to take, like, to keep a balance between, like, yes, I could extend my life, but it might be fairly miserable. So this is just really about basic wisdom in a way, and that I think that the Buddha was drawing our attention to the fact that life is unsatisfactory, not because there aren't moments of happiness, and not that, maybe we could even transform moments into happiness. But in order to do that, we have to get free of these, we have to get free from acting as if things and people last forever, even ourselves. We have to free ourselves of that. And if you stumble upon a flower that is beautiful and its scent is, sort of, if it's very aromatic, enjoy it, but don't expect it to last forever. That is all I have for this. I mean, this is a big topic, but I wanted to wade into dukkha with with just that little intro. As always, I'm interested in what you might have to say about that. And as always, peace, and may all living beings everywhere be happy.